Hey, what up? My name's Ian Gibbs. Welcome to the channel. This is my journey into prosperity and success and abundance, being an entrepreneur and running my own business. I've always been an entrepreneur. I've owned several businesses. I sold one. I got into real estate and failed miserably. Ended up in a lot of debt and ended up in construction to pay those debts. And I've been working for a friend doing tile for the last year or so. And I've really come to find that it is a great artistic expression. And I just see a lot of opportunity to solve problems for people and really create value for society, for people who are stuck, who don't have the skills and budget to do their own renovations and don't have the time and resources, because it is very time consuming. There's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of ins and outs. And I ultimately got into the construction industry because I was forced out of failure to be a real estate investor. I, sold my company for just over $100,000, and it was a great exit. It was a great time. I was 29, 30 years old, and I was reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I thought that I would buy some rentals and retire. And it just wasn't enough income. I didn't have enough money. I didn't have enough really behind me. I didn't have enough resources or skills or knowledge. I didn't really understand how to make money in real estate. I just knew that that's what people do, right? And I had no mentorship. And now I understand a lot more about the theories behind, money management and real estate. But it's been a journey, and that's brought me into construction and specifically custom tile, right? Like I'm now building this business where I can do all this custom tile fabrication. We can build steam rooms and saunas, and this client is looking for something a little bit more simple. And they're on a budget, so we're keeping their old shower. But this is really my journey of abundance and prosperity, and how I've learned that prosperity and success is about creating value for other people. And I really enjoy working with my hands, and I actually love the artistic expression that I get from custom tile work. So this is my journey, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something. I'm just kind of documenting the process along the way. We just waterproofed this uncoupling membrane. So this uncoupling membrane is waterproof itself. And then this is called Kearney band. And it is another membrane, waterproofing membrane, that we mortar to this substrate. Now that all of this is all waterproofed, we can begin the tiling process. So I'll give you a little bit of closer look of some of the details, but I'm super happy with the way it came out overall. Leave some of your thoughts in the comments. All right, so check this out. This is what we got going on today. I'm here in this bathroom. We are retiling. We got a new stand for their tub to rest on right here. So this is going to be all tiled with a brand new freestanding tub. We got tile up the wall, and then I built them a little shelf right here so that we can, where all the caulks and insulation are, so they can put stuff in there when they're in the tub. We got subfloor super out of level. I mean, it's going about 2 inches down as we go towards that wall. It's a pretty small space, so I am opting for self-level. I have the space primed and sealed right here, and I am using these levels to mark the exact level with little screw heads that I'm screwing into the floor, so that I know exactly how high to pour my self-level. I'll show you here in a sec. So once we get this this self-level poured, we can mortar the underlayment to the self level, to the new concrete, to the new subfloor, and then we can start tiling. As you can see here, I'm marking out the level with these screw heads because the subfloor is incredibly out of level. So I have some idea of how high to pour the self-leveling concrete when I actually got to pour that. As you can see, perfectly level, but one side of the level is actually touching the ground and the other side is suspended. Project update on the bathroom in Blackhawk. Self-leveling went awesome. Perfect. It just came through and with my levels, and I just checked to all the self-leveling. It's perfect. There's a couple small little humps and dips. I scraped down all the humps. And now I'm getting the Detra laid, our uncoupling membrane, for a waterproof membrane for the floor, and the tile is gonna rest on this. So yeah, we're gonna get this underlayment laid today, and that will be really everything that we need to get done to lay tile. And we're gonna start wrapping this guy up. All right, so I got all of my Detra cut and labeled and dry fit. Now I'm gonna sponge this subfloor here, sponge all the self-leveling concrete, and we're gonna lay Detra. So this is the uncoupling membrane. This is what we're gonna tile to. It helps prevent the tile from cracking. It's a waterproof material. Obviously, before we tile, we're going to do some more waterproofing in between the seams of this uncoupling membrane. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But for now, we got basically a full bucket of mortar mixed up. Yeah, and we're just gonna get this whole thing laid with that waterproofing membrane. Here's a quick video of me sponging that subfloor OSB and then throwing some mortar on top of it so that we can lay that uncoupling waterproofing membrane down. You can see I'm just getting a little bit of the extra off the side, staying nice and clean. This is a really important part of prepping for tile because it provides a waterproofing membrane that is not penetrable from water, protecting the subfloor and the framing of the house, as well as these uncoupling membranes also provide a little bit of flexibility so that it prevents tile from cracking as well. I just finished mortaring in the uncoupling membrane. This uncoupling membrane is the Detra uncoupling membrane by Schluter. It's an excellent uncoupling membrane. It is expensive, but it is excellent. Nothing ever cracks with this stuff. We got the tub area, we got the toilet area, all done. This little extra cavity. And before you hang me, I know that you're not supposed to do Detra vertically, but it's only a 5.5 inch piece plus this little strip just to keep it nice and flush. So yeah, I'm real happy with the way it turned out. Nice and clean. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. So yeah, all the seams lined up really nicely. Everything fit nice and tight. Only had to trim down a couple little spots. But overall, just really, really smooth install with this Detra. So yeah, it's nice. Next is waterproofing. So we're gonna have to waterproof all these seams, like where the membranes meet right here. I'll give you a closer look at that. It looks like there. You see there's a little seam, and like, you know, where these meet right here, right? And this. So all that is gonna have to be waterproofed with a band, with a waterproofing band. But, you know, we're out of here for today. So, yeah, see you tomorrow and enjoy the progress. Now I'm waterproofing all the seams and cracks. Since this is considered a wet area, I actually didn't film all of the waterproofing steps, as it took quite a while. Typically you want to start on the bottom and work your way up. So I didn't film the other parts that I banded. As you can see, like the bands across that ledge there, it's just the vertical pieces that I had left, but you get the idea. This is the last step in waterproofing the wet area. So here they had a disconnect for the toilet that came out right here, and it was capped in the wall, but it had been leaking at some point. So there was black mold in here. So I checked, I saw some black mold in the framing and the drywall, but it was actually from the old pipe that was capped, and there was no leaks or anything. So it was definitely something that had happened a while ago that they had fixed. You could actually see the blowtorch marks and stuff. And then they had black mold on the drywall underneath this. So I cut it out and put some backer and then mortared curdy band. I'm actually going to put an extra piece right across here. I just ran out of band yesterday, so I couldn't finish that. But we're just going to waterproof that extra tight because they had some water damage there from before. And then same over here. We're just going to actually band all that, waterproof all that, like how we did right here. So the next step is we are going to give this a little clean. We're going to finish the last couple pieces of curdy band that I wasn't able to finish yesterday because I ran out. Then I'm going to paint the dent shield with red guard. Here's one last look at the waterproofed bathroom before we cover it up with tile. And the clients actually wanted all their trim to be tile. So I actually brought curdy band up against their drywall to waterproof the tiles behind their trim as well. So that's why we did that there. Just a little extra measure to seal off any water from penetrating into any drywall or, once again, framing behind the house. As you can see, look at how many layers of bands there are. It took quite a while. This was quite an extensive band job just because of all the angles and corners, but I'm really happy with it. They're gonna have a waterproof bathroom for the next 50 years if they don't change it. So this is just a quick little preview of what it looks like, all the waterproofing behind the tile before we start that process. At this point, I have everything waterproofed, including the Dens shield, which has been painted with red guard, which finalizes all of the waterproofing steps that are needed before we can lay tile. Here's some guidelines for where I should end the tile, and we are ready to go. All right, welcome to the tile install I'm doing here in Blackhawk. Yesterday, we got all of the Dens shield red guarded. I'm just gonna put on one little coat. We got all the floors, final tape, final curdy band. I even got underneath this vanity here up to where the trim is going to go is waterproofed. And then I actually did a second curdy band right here. You know, when I started the demo here, I saw some black mold under this. So I did 2 sets of curdy bands, and I got some silicone in the corner back behind it where the seam is. So we should be good. There should be no water damage or water penetration back there. And yeah, I made a video earlier about how there was some black mold here. It looks like it was from a long time ago when a pipe was leaking there that they fixed and capped in this wall. So I just got to finish up some drywall here. And yeah, you know, this has been a learning experience. You know, I'm realizing that although Den Shield is a little cheaper, I will probably never use it again, because I would rather use Go Board. Having to paint RedGuard on is just time consuming, and you got to pay for RedGuard. And honestly, I guess I put it on a little too thick, and it kind of peeled up here in a couple spots. So I'm going to do another coat of RedGuard before I leave today. We got this is our main grout line, centered with the center of this door jamb. We got this line, so basically our main grout line is going to come through, and we ran it up the wall. This is about where the tile is going to end. We're going to have a Schluter Jolly Edge, nice piece of stone already picked out over here. In fact, so when I come back on Monday, what we're going to do is I'm going to tile this entire floor, get this stone up, and then we'll just be on to, vertical wall tiling and Schluter. So yeah, we're making some solid progress. Would love to see this whole floor all tiled next, really by the end of Monday. So the next, time-lapse video I take will be of me tiling the majority of this space. So enjoy, stay tuned. And also remember, this is a learning experience for me. I've only been in tile for about a year. You know, I've done a handful of tile projects outside of that year, but this is really my first year ever doing this. And, you know, I'm just a guy trying to figure out my way. I mean, I'm super into energy healing, and I believe in the law of attraction, but you know, you can't just sit there and do nothing. You got to really create value if you want to earn money, because money is just a store of value. So I've learned that I can create a lot of value for people by helping rehabilitate and renovate their homes. And, you know, I would love for this to build into the ability to flip houses for a living. So this is, you know, where you got to start somewhere. And this is where I'm starting. This is my first bathroom ever. I just finished my first kitchen backsplash ever. I got 2 more kitchens, 2 more bathrooms on the way. So I'm landing some tile jobs. I definitely know what I'm doing, you know. Hey, I'm not an expert. I haven't been doing it for 30 years. I've been doing it for 2. But I definitely, you know, pay attention to the details and don't skip anything, and try to make it look as nice as I possibly humanly can. So enjoy. What up? Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to come on here and make an announcement. I officially got all my swag in, my branded t-shirts. I'm really stoked about this because it's like basically really cheap marketing and a good conversation starter. And I don't know if you noticed in yesterday's video, but I was actually wearing one when I was tiling. So I got like a tile one and a nice one for doing bids. I got a few more, so I'm just trashing one for now. But yeah, I'm gonna trash like all my old bad construction tees and go all Caribou construction. So enjoy the rest. What up? I'm in the middle of tiling this. I just wanted to interrupt this because I'm super excited. I got an announcement. Some of my swag came in, my branded t-shirts, and my business cards. I just wanted to show you. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe like this. See the back. So yeah. What's really nice about it is that it's just like cheap marketing, good conversation starter. So I feel really, really happy about being able to present my brand out to the world and start networking with some more customers and clients. And just want to show you some of the work from yesterday. Here's that shelf, and I'm standing on a freshly mortared, tiled substrate. I'm gonna clean up and cover this up a little bit, and we're actually gonna get started over here today, finish this floor, and then we'll work our way out. So I'll let you get back to the speed tiling. am here at the tile job. We are getting close to being done. I am just waiting for this little piece of Schluter for this transition strip right here. And then we can cut the rest of these tiles and install them when that piece comes in. We also are waiting for more Schluter over here. We are going to be giving them a tile base trim. So we have some Schluter cut. We are waiting for more to come in to jolly edge all of that. The tub area is almost done. The clients are considering switching the style of tiles right here, which is why I've stopped right here. They just want to do a small strip of potentially a different type of tile. We got matching countertops, and yeah, this is gonna be a beautiful bathroom. I'm very excited. So. We are back at the bathroom. I unfortunately did not get a time-lapse video of me grouting this. It was a really intense process. I probably mixed too much grout up and I did too much at once. I tried to do this whole room at once and I should have just done the tub area and then this area. But you know, lesson learned. Still think turned out great. I'm here to do a little bit of touch up, clean up these. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and you know, I'll give you a little time-lapse shot when we have the tub and the toilet installed. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what I can improve on, do better. You know, I'm open to feedback, especially to the tile pros out there, you know, because I'm gonna be tiling my house and my remodel next. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna flip a house for the first time, learn a lot in the process. Yeah, a lot more fun projects to come. So back at the project. We just finished everything. We got the brand new tub installed, all of the plumbing, new toilet. I mean, everything's caulked, painted, and I decided to give the homeowners a little gift since they've been so great to us throughout this project, and we just wanted to give back a little something for making this project so special. So we've got this for them with their new tub so they can enjoy, you know, their favorite books, glass of wine, whatever. So I hope you enjoyed the project. Leave some comments, like, share, save, comment. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me where you think I can improve, where I fucked up, where you think I did anything wrong in this process. I would love to hear your feedback, especially if you're a professional in construction or have any level of experience. Love hearing feedback, and yeah, let me know what you think about the aesthetic, and I'll see you on the next one.